It is Crystal with Pineapple Papers, and it is the 25th of September. So there are a couple of things happening today. The Scraptember prompt for today is Christmas, which coincides with Christmas it'd be September this month. But it is also the last Wednesday of the month, which means it is off the board. So kind of a three-ish for you. So I am going to do a Christmas layout. I did pull my pin from my Christmas board on Pinterest. So the first inspiration I had was the idea that these white trees were on this color background. So I picked this pattern paper that has these white ornaments, which other people call baubles, which I just love. Like, I kind of feel like I need to change. But anyway, beside the point. So that's kind of the background, kind of like the background of the pin. And then the pin is on some wood. And so I decided I needed some texture. So I have this stencil from Pink Fresh Studio. It's just got some lines, which are kind of like wood lines, and I decided to do it in some gold glitter glaze. And I'm really trying to do a very, very thin coating because glitter glaze doesn't always dry so fast. And I wanted to finish this layout today. I didn't want to wait. And then I couldn't waste any of it. So anything that was left, I scooped back in. So it's very subtle. And looking at it, it's kind of in the shape of the wood pieces in the pin as well. So I did set that over to the side, and I am pulling in my pictures. I have 3 pictures. I have one of a reindeer, one of the sign that says North Pole city limits, and then one family photo with Santa and Mrs. Claus. So when we were in Alaska, they have a town called the North Pole, and it is definitely Christmassy there. And Julianne's favorite holiday is Christmas. And she was super excited to go to the North Pole. And it was kind of something fun to do. Now, you can see I have a jacket on. Like it was still cold. This was in July. But so it was a little town that we stopped on the way to our next destination. So it was a planned stop, but we didn't spend a ton of time there. It's pretty small. They have like a gift shop, and they have like the reindeer, and then I think there's other things that are like regular things in the town, but we didn't check those out. So we just stopped at the touristy place, had fun. Julianne got to point at a picture of how long it was until it was going to be Christmas, which is fun. And, being that it's September, I'm ready for Christmas too. So I don't really like Halloween, so I feel like I can skip Halloween. I do like fall. So end of August, even though it's quite summery, I do tend to decorate for fall, and then the minute Thanksgiving's over, fall comes down and Christmas goes up. So there's a good chance that Julianne already has her Christmas tree up, not gonna lie. Because she skips everything actually. So 4th of July, nothing after 4th of July, it's Christmas. So, which is so funny because her birthday is in November, but that's how she does it. So I did go ahead and back my photos and made basically a diagonal design with the photos. And I did dry my paper with my heat gun. And so, of course, it warped it. But I was impatient and I was just going to go with it. So I'm going to go ahead and start embellishing, and I'm going to embellish along that diagonal design as well. So this little ephemera piece says North Pole, and I was like, oh, I really want to get it on there. I'm like, but my photo says North Pole, so I put it back, didn't think about it. I like the little house because that's kind of where we were at. And then the first part of my title is going to be Merry. And then it says 'tis the season, and then I have like a holly banner around that. Now, it just seemed to me that this upper hand corner just was too vast. I felt like it needed something. So I decided to tear the paper a little bit, and then the back of the paper has that really kind of pretty pink color to it. So when I folded it down, you get that. And then I took a piece of that plaid paper that I backed the two small photos in, and I'm going to put that behind there. Now, I originally had stuck an ornament up there, but I did go ahead and stick that little tag that said one way to 1225 Holly Lane, North Pole, which I thought was cute. And it does stick out a little bit above the layout, but it's not enough that it will get caught in like the outside of the album or anything like that. So I'm not too worried about that. So I decided to pull the ornament to the outside, and then I had this piece of vellum and it had trees and hearts and stars and reindeer on it, and I really wanted to get it on, but I wasn't sure where it was going to go. And so I do end up kind of putting it down here at the bottom, and I'm just going to kind of glue things around and on top of it to kind of stick it down. Because I don't want my adhesive to show through the vellum. So I also have the puffy stickers for this collection, and I'm going to add a bow and another house. I'm going to add another ornament. It says ho ho ho. I thought that was totally appropriate. Also going to add a couple of stars and a snowflake. So I decided I need more of a title because right now it just says Merry 'tis the season. And so I have these cute little frosty, pretty little studio alphas in navy, which there's a couple of navy bits. And so I'm going to do that in the word in, and then in these black thickers that have been sitting on my desk, I went ahead and put July. So my title is going to say Merry 'tis the season in July. And so I think that's pretty much going to do it. So, oh, I did add some of these labels. So this is where I'm going to put my journaling. I'm going to continue that kind of diagonal design, bringing in some more of that navy as well. So I did pick 3 navy cute little labels there for my journaling. And then I realized that I wanted to put on, I have this like gold glittery reindeer, and the whole plan was to put him down there on the bottom next to the reindeer. And I had pulled him out and completely forgot about him. So I'm going to show you that the layout is done, and then I realize that my reindeer is not there. So I'm going to go ahead and get that on, and I do have a cute little picture of him coming up here for you. So that is it. That is my layout for Off the Board, Scraptember, and Christmas in September. So I will have all the links down below, and remember to wear your crown. We'll see you next time. Bye.